Well, I grew up in a small town in western Oklahoma called Okarche. It's outside of Oklahoma City, about 30 miles. And got involved with 4-H at a young age, at 9 at the time. They didn't have clover buds back then, but got involved thanks to my mom. She did a lot with 4-H growing up and things. And so I got involved and I tried all kinds of different things through the years. And when I came to the age of being an FFA, I decided that FFA wasn't really for me because I wasn't a livestock show person and I just really enjoyed the 4-H aspect. So I continued my career in 4-H. All the way up until I was a freshman in college. I spent a little while away from it, and then whenever I had started having a family, my kids kind of took an interest to doing some of the things that we could do in 4-H, and so I started trying to get them involved with 4-H, and at the time we were living in Collinsville and then back in Stillwater, and we didn't get real active until we moved back to Okarche. And then my son especially, he wanted to show horses, and so he wanted to get involved with 4-H, so they were looking for a 4-H leader at the local club. So I volunteered, and then one thing led to another, and then he was gonna go into the horse club specifically, and so we stepped aside as a leader, and we kind of resurrected our horse club for Kingfisher County. It had been idle for a few years, and he and I wanted to kind of get it going again. So I was leader. And then I got involved with the 4-H Foundation and I got asked to be on that. And I got on it and I thought, oh, this is not my cup of tea because, you know, I'm kind of a common person but I knew that my role there was to kind of represent the 4-H program, the leaders, the volunteers, and those kind of things. So, and then the horse thing, I just kind of, my son, I showed horses myself, but when my son got involved, that's when I became on the horse councils, the district horse council and the state horse council. And you know, when you miss a meeting, they elect you president. So one of the reasons why I'm still involved, because my son's already graduated college, is when we were showing horses, I always saw that all the parents were doing all the work and trying to get their kids ready to show. And so I made a commitment to myself that I would continue after he graduated. And here I am. I love what I'm doing. I love seeing those kids just have a good time. I'm kind of a run around and pump people up and just make them laugh and smile. And that's what I do. Yeah, I was in Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity when I went to college, and believe it or not, a lot of my 4-H friends were in that fraternity with me as well, and it was kind of interesting because it was almost just like going on another 4-H trip when I moved into the house. And then Rob wanted to be an AGR as well, and he went in and went through the program and all that, and so we do have that connection. And his horse project actually led him. He was a spirit rider a few years ago, and so he can attribute some of that to the 4-H program as well. It teaches all aspects of life, and from, you know, being responsible for an animal or being responsible for meetings, how to run meetings, using parliamentary procedure, and getting up and speaking in front of people. It just kind of gives you all aspects of life and the things that you don't really think about that you need to use in every job you have out there. I'm a firm believer in 4-H because it does establish those ground level skills that you won't really necessarily get through an education program. And once they have that established in an early age, they can move on and become public speakers or become leaders or all that kind of stuff. For you 4-Hers that are out there, that are in 4-H right now, never think it's too late to get back involved after you get out of it. I'm a classic example of that. I probably wasn't involved in 4-H for about 15 years, and now I'm involved with it again. So it's never too late to get back involved as a volunteer. For parents and adults, volunteer. 4-H does not exist without volunteer help. So we need lots and lots of volunteers in order to make it work. I'll probably continue doing what I'm doing, you know, with the horse program and the 4-H Foundation and being in leaders and trying to encourage people to keep the program going. It's a great program. It wouldn't be a great program if it hadn't survived as long as it has.